This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, let's get started. So welcome to DevOps session. So in this session, we'll try to understand. So what is DevOps? Why do you want to learn DevOps? What are the different things we can achieve in the DevOps? What is the role and responsibilities of DevOps engineer in real time? Okay. So first, let me introduce myself. Okay. So my name is Ram. I'm having 14 years of experience in IT. Last 6 years, I'm working on DevOps practices, and I'm working on multiple projects governed by the DevOps technologies. Okay. Let's get started. So basically, what is DevOps? So if anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? So normal గా ఎవరైనా అడిగితే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మనం ఏం చెప్తాం? సో వాట్ ఈస్ DevOps అంటే మనం ఏం చెప్పగలం? Yeah. So yeah. So DevOps is not a tool basically. It is a process. Okay. So DevOps is a process where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. So what is automation? So normally what is automation? So the activities which we are performing in real time, those activities, manual activities, we will do it in automated way. Okay. For example, Java installation. So if you want to install Java, what we will do, what is the process normally? So first we download the Java exe file. So we'll install that Java exe file. So we'll set the environment variables, okay, and we'll reboot the server. So this is the process, okay. This is manual process. But in automation, so by using single clicks, you can deploy a number of applications, okay, using automation tools. Fine. So yeah, it's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous monitoring. So what is deployments? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We'll try to understand in further slides. Okay. So let us go a little bit history of DevOps. Okay. DevOps history, we'll try to understand here. So DevOps arena started nearly in 2008. Okay. So DevOps started in 2008. So by the time we are trying to do the automation with different tools, which are old tools. Puppet was the tool which was introduced nearly in 2005. Okay, using that tool, we are trying to do the automation. Okay, so here automation is the number one choice of the industry, any industry. If you take pharma industry, chemical industry, medicine, so wherever we go, automation is the number one choice. Okay, fine. So next one is, so here we have two sections. Okay, so one is developer point of view, another one is operations. So what is developer? So what is developer? The person who is writing the code, who is building the application, is nothing but developer. Okay, so they will develop the code, they will building application. Okay, they will write source code, is nothing but developers. And operations, so the person who is build the servers. Okay, so operations are nothing but it's a collection of all the servers. Okay, all the devices which are hosted in data center. Okay, so what is data center? Data center is a server room. Okay, people will call it as hub room, network room, different names. Okay, it is a server room. Data center is a server room where our devices hosted in the room. It is a data center. So let us take small example here. Let us take Java project. So if you want to set up any project or if you want to set up any startup company, so very first thing here we require servers. So who will set up the servers here? Admins will set up these servers. So we are talking about servers. Okay. So in servers we'll have different server groups. Okay. So development environment, UAT environment, reprod environment, production environment. So because once the developers develop the code, they don't directly deploy into production. Okay. So before deploying to production, we'll have different environment. Some testing phase will be happened, pre-6 will be happened. Finally, we'll deploy into production. Okay. Fine. We are talking about server groups, right? So like Here, 3 developers are working on the same requirement, user 1, user 2, user 3. Once the development is completed, then they will push the code to integrated servers. Okay, integrated servers means development environment, UAT environment, and production environment, pre-production environment. These are the different environments. It's a project to project. They will configure different environments. Okay. So what is environment? What is development? We'll see later. Okay, I'll give you brief knowledge on it. Okay. Next. So fine. Here developers are developing the code, admins are preparing the servers, testers are testing the code. So who will push the code from one environment to other environment? So here DevOps engineer will push the code from one environment to other environment. So here DevOps engineer role came into picture. Okay. So here this is one of the DevOps engineer role. So along with this, DevOps engineer will do automation. He will do Jenkins jobs. He will do some code merging, code branching, code movements. So he will different roles we have. So we'll go deeper. Okay. So here the code will be pushed from one environment to one other environment by DevOps engineers. Okay. So we are talking about code movement using DevOps tools, how to perform this activity. So we'll try to understand. So this is high level architecture, build and release process. Okay. So here in local, 3 developers are working in local workspace, developers workspace. Workspace means it is your local laptop. In your local, so we will create one folder. In that we'll configure Git and we'll start working on the coding. So we means developers, not us. So DevOps engineer will not do any coding. Okay, developers. So once the development is completed in local, they will push the code to GitHub. Okay. So basically, what is Git? What Git will do? Okay. So Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Okay. What is repository? So repository is nothing but it is a like where we save our data, where we save our source code. It is nothing but it is a repository. It can be any data. It can be binary files, image files, video files. Where we save our data is nothing but repository. And version control. What is version control? So here we have some parameters. Okay. So who did changes, when did changes, and what purpose they did changes. So these comments will allow by Git. Based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. For example, so today one developer developed some code, Java code for 100 lines or 20 lines. Okay. So after 1 month, he come back and check the code. He may not understand who developed this code. So to avoid that confusion, Git will provide versioning. So who did changes, when did changes, and what purpose they did changes. Okay. So who did changes? So for example, Rama did changes. So when did changes? By 9:30, he did some changes. And what purpose he did changes? So due to some production issue, he did some changes. So these comments will track by Git. Based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. Who did changes, when did changes, what purpose he did changes. Okay, fine. So that is local Git. So once complete the development in local, then the code will be pushed to GitHub. So Git and GitHub, there is no much difference. Git is local Git, GitHub is remote repository. There is no difference here. Okay. And next tool is Jenkins. Okay. So Jenkins is a like a CI/CD tool. So CI/CD means continuous integration, continuous delivery. Okay. So in DevOps we have multiple tools. Okay. Each tool will not communicate other tool. Okay. So here Jenkins will communicate all the tools. It will integrate all the tools by using plugins. So what is a plugin? Plugin is nothing but it is a installer. So for example, my code is available in GitHub. I want to communicate from Jenkins to GitHub. So I need to install GitHub plugin in Jenkins. Then only I will be able to communicate GitHub. So in Jenkins, we'll write some jobs. Okay. So for example, my code is available in GitHub. I want to pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. Okay. So I'll write one job here. So pull code from GitHub to Jenkins. Okay. Then I'll trigger the job. The code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. Okay. So Jenkins is a mediator tool. it will communicate all the tools, it will integrate all the tools. Okay, and so once we receive the code from GitHub to Jenkins, so we don't directly deploy on application because this is a raw code. So raw code will not understand by application server. So application server will understand by understand binary files only. So that is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. So Maven is a build tool which will generate artifacts. Artifact means it is an archive file. So binary file, zip file. So because application server will understand only binary format. So that is why we are integrating Maven. Maven will generate artifacts. Once it is generate artifact is nothing but, like for example, application is Java application, it will generate jar file, Java archive file. If the application is enterprise application, it will generate EAR file, enterprise archive file. If the application is web application, it will generate WAR file, web archive file. So based on the application, it will generate artifact and it will give back to Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins will push the WAR file to application server. In application server, deployment will be happen. Okay, so this is the process. Any questions up to here? Any doubts in this process? Anyone having any questions here in this slide? So మీకు ఏమైనా questions ఉన్నాయండి ఈ flow లో? It's clear, right? Any questions? Mohan, Ramesh, Avish, Nitish, Shan.
No, Ram.
ఇక్కడ వరకు ఓకే సార్.
సంథింగ్ ఆల్రెడీ అక్కడ లోకల్ నుంచి మనం గిట్హబ్ లో తెచ్చుకున్నాం.
Exactly.
బట్ ఒక డెవలపర్ ఏం చెప్పాడంటే స్మాల్ చేంజ్ చేయండి అని అంటున్నాను.
రైట్.
ఓకే, అప్పుడు మనం చేయాలంటే దానికి అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటుందా?
ఉంటుందండి. సో ఇది హై లెవెల్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ మీకు. సో ఇక్కడ గిట్హబ్ మధ్యలో మనకు టెస్టింగ్ జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఒక టెస్ట్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది. సోనార్ కోడ్ రివ్యూ టూల్ అని ఉంటుంది, అది రివ్యూ చేస్తుంది. సో మీకు ఏమైనా డూప్లికేట్ లైన్స్ ఉన్నా, ఎర్రర్స్ ఉన్నా, సోనార్ కోడ్ రివ్యూ tool will not allow into GitHub. Okay, so prior to move the code into GitHub, we'll have so many checks. Okay, so we'll go deeper. Okay, yeah, fine. So once Maven generated artifacts, okay, then it will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push to application server. Here deployments will be happen. Okay, so Maven will generate artifacts, right, like as a single file. So for example, so in your laptop you have 100 documents, Word documents. So I ask you to send those documents to me. So what is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send? Yeah, you will zip that. Yeah, go ahead, Ramesh, Avinash, Avish.
I will compress those files and I will send an attachment or.
Yes, correct. The same one. Fine. So instead of attaching 100 documents to email, you will compress the documents as a zip file, single file, and you will attach to email and you will send it across, right? So if I want to read those files, I will unzip and read. The same way here also Maven will generate artifacts as a single file. Fine. So once it is generate artifact, then Jenkins will push to application server. In application server, deployment will be happening. Okay, so this is build and release process. Okay, so this is high level architecture, build and release process. Fine. So this process still project teams are following, but we have another automation tools. Okay, so which are like, yeah, so this is end-to-end process. So we have different tools which are Ansible, Chef and Puppet. These are automation tools. So using automation tools, we will deploy code by single clicks. Okay, so we don't do multiple things. By single clicks, we can deploy a number of applications using automation tools. So here automation tools are Ansible, Chef and Puppet. So Ansible is very advanced tool. Okay, very secure tool, advanced tool. So it is cost effective. Okay, so most of the projects using Ansible here. Also, Chef also some project teams are using, and Puppet is outdated, so very few projects are using Puppet. Okay, so Ansible is using most of the projects. Okay, so it is like compared with Chef, it is cost effective. Okay, once you configure Ansible server, it will take care of entire things. So whereas Chef not like that. So once you configure Chef server, you need to configure Chef agent also on all the environments. Then only it will perform automation. So whereas Ansible not like that. So once you configure Ansible server, it will take care of all the things. Okay. So before discussing about Ansible, I'll give you a small requirement here. Okay, I have 300 servers. So on 300 servers, I want to install Java. What is the process? So we already discussed in the first slide, right? So to install Java, what we will do? First, we will take remote that server, target server. So we'll log in with the server using login ID and password. Okay. So then we'll check whether Java is installed or not in the server. Okay. Then we'll get the software from share folders. Share folder means central repositories. So normally in real time, we don't use any CDs. We don't connect any pen drives. So firewall will be there. So it will restrict pen drives and CDs. Okay. We don't download from internet also. Okay. We always use central repositories. From there, we'll copy ISO images, packages, whatever required, right? So from share folder, we copy the software into server, then we'll install the software. Okay. So once we install the software, so we need to reboot the server. It is must. Okay. Without reboot, the changes will not be affected. Okay. So we'll reboot the server. So once we reboot the server, the changes will be affected, right? So this process, the person who is having 2 to 3 years experience guy, how much time it will take to perform the steps? So this process, the person who is having 2 to 3 years experience guy, how much time it will take?
Less time.
Yeah.
Less than 15 minutes.
My application. If I want to install some WAR file or jar file,
Yeah.
suppose I need to take a permission from multiple teams.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Yes. Once the middleware will come into the hierarchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the supporting teams also will come to hierarchy.
Correct.
Okay, we need to take all the permission. Once the middleware downs the services, then we will do some jar deployment and all.
Yeah.
That is the process we have from our side.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, fine. So let us say 15 minutes. The guy who is having 2 to 3 years experience guy, he will take 15 to 20 minutes max to max. If the person is expert, he will take 10 minutes only, right? Okay, let us take 10 minutes. So 10 into 300 servers. We have 300 servers right here. So it will take 3000 minutes to perform Java installation. Okay. So this kind of request every day will get so many requests in real time. Java installation. So one guy will come and ask you like, I don't want Java 1.7, I want Java 1.8. One guy will come and ask you, I want some plugins, I want some different softwares. So this type of requests will get every day so many requests in real time, our real projects. So in our project, we are 25 engineers. Okay. So in Capgemini, we are 25 engineers. We are also working on rotation shifts 24/7. So every person will get minimum 25 requests per day. So deployments, automation activities, okay, jobs, tickets, so many things. Okay. So if you do manual way installation deployment, it will take a lot of time. So to avoid this situation, we have automation. Okay. So using automation tool Ansible, we can deploy the software within 5 minutes on 300 servers. Not only 300 servers, you can spin up 1,000, 10,000 servers within 5 minutes. Okay, using Ansible server. Okay, so this is Ansible architecture. So here, this is Ansible automation engine. Okay, so here in that, first we will configure Ansible server. Okay, after that, so we have some inventory in Ansible engine. We'll have some inventory. So what is inventory? Inventory and ఏంటండి? నార్మల్ సర్వర్ ఇన్వెంటరీ మనం అనుకుంటాం కదా, సర్వర్ ఇన్వెంటరీ, అప్లికేషన్ ఇన్వెంటరీ. So we'll maintain in real projects, right? So what if, yeah,
where these applications are stored in the repository, like a central.
yeah, correct. It's a server information, application information. We'll maintain some Excel sheets, inventories, right? So that is inventory. So first we need to prepare inventory here. Okay, inventory means, so where you want to target, which servers you want to deploy, that inventory groups we need to prepare. That is manual activity, one-time activity. First time only we prepare inventory in Ansible server. So once we prepare the inventory, we'll prepare modules. Module means some small script. Okay, for example, if you want to deploy application, so Java application, so that module script you need to prepare. That is nothing but playbook. We'll call it as playbook. Okay, so I'll show you that playbook how it would be. So once we prepare the playbook, so we need to prepare authentication between Ansible server and target servers. Okay, so that is, we use here SSH authentication. So in SSH authentication we have two types, which are like key-based authentication and user-based authentication. We have two types. Okay, in real time we use key-based authentication only. That only we configure here also in our practice lab. Key-based authentication. Okay, so key-based authentication means in Ansible server we will generate one public key. That key we will copy paste into target servers. Then both will talk each other. Okay, so then we'll deploy the applications. Okay, so this is Ansible server. Okay, so here we will prepare inventory groups. Like for example, you have development environment, UAT environment, production environment. So in development environment we have 100 servers, UAT 100 servers, production 100 servers. So that inventory we prepare first. Okay, after that we'll prepare some script, playbook. Okay, so to install Java, this is only the playbook. M column name equal to Java -1.7.0- open JDK space state equal to present. So very simple small script. Okay, to deploy Java. This is only the script to deploy Java on target servers using Ansible server. Okay, so if you want to uninstall Java, okay, so in place of present we give absent. So if you want to uninstall Java from target servers, okay, so this is the script. So we prepare the script and we will connect servers. Like, so if you want to deploy on development environment only, we'll connect dev environment. Here we give dev. If you want to deploy on all the servers, we give all here. Then we'll trigger the playbook. Then it will deploy application parallelly within 5 minutes. Okay, like not only 300, not only 1000. If you have 10,000 servers, it will deploy parallelly within 5 minutes. That is beauty of Ansible. Okay, so once it is installed, so it will give you one report: how many deployed, how many servers are deployed, how many servers are unreachable, how many servers are failed. It will provide you one report. Based on that, you can check what is the issue, why it is not deployed. Like, so if any servers are not deployed, you can create one more group, you can keep into the group, you can deploy again. You can troubleshoot first any network issue or server issue, then you can deploy again. Okay, fine.
You want to install the Java installation in only particular systems.
Yes.
So how can we have given all in the connection.
Yes.
Instead of that, if you want only some
Group. Yeah.
What are the parameters?
Fine. So for example, in your environment, so here question is your good name. Neha asking one question is that, so if I want to install Java, so on particular servers, how can I install? Is asking the question. So that is why we are creating inventory groups here. Okay, so these are the inventory groups. Okay, development, UAT, production, and DB servers. If you want DB, if you want to QA, you can segregate that different groups. Okay, and while connecting the servers, you can give here connect development environment, means only on development servers the deployment will be happening. Only DB servers, if you want to deploy only DB servers, you can give it here. So based on your requirement, you can prepare inventory groups here. You can target that group. Okay, it will deploy on only that group. For example, your question is 100% correct. In real time also we'll do the same. So for example, some people require some different applications. So Git is required for some team members. Ansible is required for some team members, and some different plugins required for some other team members. So we will segregate here in inventory. We segregate. So we'll target that particular group. Then we can install the required applications on the particular group. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah. So any more questions in this Ansible? Any?
In that group, we want to install in a particular system. How we
Particular system, only single machine. We can assign one more group. In that you can copy that particular IP, server IP or host name. You can trigger that. That's it. Yeah. Any questions from anyone? Is it clear? Ansible? Fine. Yeah. So this is the flow. We'll integrate Ansible to Jenkins. Okay. So we'll trigger through Jenkins only. We don't deploy automatically. We don't deploy manually. So we'll prepare one job in Jenkins. So we'll schedule the job based on the requirement schedule. It will trigger to Ansible. Ansible will deploy the code on application service. Okay. So these are the tools we are going to learn. Okay. So here we have 3 cloud platforms. So AWS Cloud, Azure Cloud, GCP Cloud. So we'll cover first these 3 clouds, then we'll work on Linux basics. Okay. And then we'll jump into DevOps. Okay. Start with Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. So these are very important tools, very advanced tools. By using these tools, we can deploy a number of applications by single click deployments we do with these applications, these tools. Okay. So each and every tool will go deeper. So not only installation configuration will go deeper. Okay. So Jenkins will Git will take 5 hours. Git will take 5 hour session. Okay. 5 day session. If you discuss 1 hour per day, it will take 5 days. Git will take 5 days. Okay. The same way Jenkins also will take 5 days. Like that, each and every tool will go deeper. Okay. So the course will be almost 2.5 months. 2.5 months. Some like projects also. We have a couple of projects. So that also we discuss. Okay. One more extra it will take. Okay. So these are the tools we are going to learn. So in real time, we don't use all the tools. Okay. We are learning this many tools, but we don't use all the tools. It's a depending upon project to project. Okay. So one project team will use Git and Jenkins. So one project will use Git and Jenkins and Ansible. Okay. So like that, some project will use Docker and Kubernetes, like that. So depending upon requirement. Okay. Any questions here? Any doubts?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Git and GitHub is mandatory for every project. So because code repository tool, right? Yeah. So yeah, so this is the representation given by one of the job portal. Okay. So according to collective study, the DevOps market generated 2.9 billion in 2017, and the market is expected to reach $6.6 billion by 2022. Okay. Also, DevOps is going to be the mainstream, and it is going to reach its peak in 2020. Yes, it is in peak stage. Okay. Still coming 5 to 10 years, DevOps is rock actually. Okay. So we'll see. So day by day growth. So coming 10 years, DevOps will be mainstream. Okay, so maybe one or two tools will be changed going forward, but entire DevOps will not be changed. Okay, fine. So we have collected some questions here, okay, from different batches, from different students. Okay, these are the technical questions, and these are the general questions. Okay, so you can go through these questions. If you have any questions you want to discuss, you can ask me. The first question is, what is the use of AWS and DevOps in industry level? Okay, so these are the questions you can go through, and you can ask me if you have any questions. Okay, so here in DevOps we don't require any coding knowledge. Okay, we don't require any admin knowledge, we don't require any testing knowledge. So DevOps role is different role. So in DevOps, what we will do, we will run jobs on Jenkins, we'll do automation, so we'll do code merging. Okay, we will work on some deployment tickets. So these type of activities will perform. Okay, so we don't do any coding part. So Git is completely developer's tool. Okay, so we don't work on Git, but we need to know the configuration integrations. Okay, so that is why we are discussing Git here. So whatever developers will perform that activities, I'll show you sample activities here. So whatever they develop code, how to move the code from local Git to remote repository, so that we will discuss. So can I explain these questions one by one? Fine. So we'll go through quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. So what is the use of AWS and DevOps at industry level? Okay. So as we discussed, automation is the #1 choice. Okay. So currently, whatever projects like whatever data centers available locally, so those data centers, they are migrating to cloud. So why they are migrating their infrastructure to cloud? Cost effective, exactly, cost cutting, to reduce the costing. They are migrating from local to cloud, right? That is AWS. Okay, and DevOps, what is the use of DevOps? It's a automation. Okay, so whatever the activities we are performing, okay, like day-to-day activities, we are doing in automated way. So we don't require admins here, we don't require testers. Okay, everything will be automated. Okay, so automation. So for example, earlier in our project 3 years before, so we were like 120 people in our project 3 years before. Now 25 only. Why that much of drastic change? Because of automation. Okay, so they reduce their resources. Okay, so 25 people handling all the activities. So going forward, they will reduce more. Only 10 people enough. They can rotate shifts, 10 people. So like that, cost cutting, cost reduction. Okay, so here AWS and DevOps use of AWS and DevOps at industry level is cost cutting, cost reduction. Okay, and so when DevOps process has been started in industry level, so this DevOps process started in industry in 2008. Okay, so in 2008 it started, but so last 3-4 years it is the changes happened. Latest tools came into DevOps, then Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, these tools. Okay, so now it is like the process is like whatever the applications we are working, so we are doing 100% automation. Okay, and third question is, what business sectors DevOps being used? So DevOps is currently not only IT industry, any industry. Okay, automation is the #1 choice presently. Mobile industry, automobile industry, chemical industry, medicine, wherever we go, automation is the #1 choice. Okay, and who are the teams involved in DevOps process? Okay, so here testing team will involve, build and release team will involve, development team will involve. Okay, so 4-5 teams will involve in DevOps process. Okay, and what are the tools involved in DevOps? What tools are we are going to learn? So that we already discussed. So these are the tools we are going to learn. Okay, so depending upon the requirement, the tools will be involved in projects. Okay, based on the requirement. Fine. And what are the certifications available in DevOps? Okay, so in DevOps we can write Ansible certification, we can write Kubernetes. So DevOps certification is not mandatory. Okay, so if you have cloud certification, it is enough for you. So in our project we are 25 engineers, we don't have any so our people, no one has DevOps certification. So almost like 18 people will have 18 people having cloud certification, Azure and AWS. Some people having GCP also. So I wrote Ansible also. I have Ansible Kubernetes certified. Okay, so I'm having three cloud certifications and Ansible certification, Kubernetes certification. Okay, fine. So DevOps certification is not mandatory. Cloud is enough for you to crack the interview and to perform the activities. Okay, and okay, what certification we have to do as a DevOps engineer? So you can write Ansible or Kubernetes. That is your interest. Okay, and next question is, as a student, what should be my expectation while learning DevOps? Okay, so once we complete our course, okay, you can showcase minimum 3 years experience. Okay, 3 to 4 years experience you can showcase in your resume. Okay, that level of knowledge we give here. We discuss that level of knowledge. Okay, so we have some projects, live projects. Okay, whatever we are doing in real time, CI/CD projects, the same project will perform here. Okay, and also real time scenarios, real time issues, and day-to-day activities, what we are going to do in real time. Okay, and interview questions. Okay, interview sessions, mock interviews. So everything will cover here. Okay, so once we complete our course, so we can showcase minimum 3 years experience. Okay, so these are the technical questions. Any other questions you have apart from this? మీరు క్లౌడ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఏదైనా చేయొచ్చండి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ AWS, not only GCP, not only, so you can write AWS certification, associate architect certification. So professional you can write later. So associate level you can complete first. Okay, so Azure also associate level you can write. So that is first paper. So GCP not required, either AWS or Azure you can write one exam, first paper. So if you have interest to write Ansible or Kubernetes, you can write. So how to write, how to prepare, where to write, okay, I'll help you on that. Okay, so if you want to write your own, you can prepare and you can write, or else I'll tell you other process also. Okay, so these are the technical questions. Any other questions you have? Anyone online, guys?
Ram, for cloud certification, what knowledge we require?
Yeah. So I'll help you to write cloud certification. Okay, so once complete our services, okay, additional things, additional dumps I'll provide you. You can prepare that and you can write. Right? Okay, Ramesh.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah, let us go with general questions. Okay, so who is eligible to learn AWS and DevOps? Okay, so this question almost everyone asked me this question last previous batches. Like, so I don't have development knowledge, I don't have admin knowledge, I don't have testing knowledge, I don't have Linux knowledge. So am I eligible to prepare this DevOps? Okay, so here we don't require any admin knowledge, we don't require any development knowledge, we don't require any Linux knowledge. So from scratch we learn here. So even Linux also, we are going to learn basics, Linux basics. Okay, Sean, can you mute yourself? You want to ask any question here, Sean?
Yeah, like a very general question, like how AWS and DevOps are interrelated or like it is dependent?
Yeah. So for DevOps engineer, yes, Sean is asking one question. Any relation between DevOps and AWS? Okay. So for as a DevOps engineer, at least we should know one cloud platform. Okay. So that is why we are going to learn here AWS, GCP, and Google Azure. Okay. So currently project teams are using multi-cloud platforms. Okay, that is why we are going to learn different platforms. So DevOps means we always work on cloud platform only. Okay, we'll integrate all the servers on cloud only. So that is why we require cloud platform. Is it clear, Shan?
Yes. So like AWS and Azure, these two also different things, right?
Different platforms. The concept is
Yes.
same.
Okay.
Concept is same, but different platforms. Azure and AWS.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So currently project teams are looking multi-cloud people. Okay. So earlier they used to ask like only AWS with DevOps. Currently they are looking for multi-cloud platform guys. Okay. So that is why we designed like this: 3 cloud platforms and DevOps. Okay. You can work on any platform. Okay. So the tools
Yeah.
will be same. All the tools will be same. Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, tools will be same, but you can work on any platform. Okay. Is it clear, Shan?
Yes. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Okay. So apart from your classes, like, will you can refer any book so we can, like, as a hard copy, we can study?
Yeah. I'll provide you
Yeah.
soft copy for every topic. Okay. And also I'll share you video link.
Okay.
So we'll record every session and we'll share you video link. You can download into your laptop and you can go through once again and you can practice. Fine?
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. So these are the questions, general questions. Okay, who is eligible to learn DevOps and AWS? Okay, so anyone can learn DevOps and AWS. Even freshers can learn. Even 14 years experience guys also switching their current role to DevOps role. So in last batch, one guy, his name Venkat Kiran. So he learned DevOps. He's having 14 years of experience. Okay, so recently got offer, very recently. Okay. And what is the education background required to learn AWS and DevOps? So education background is like any graduation. Okay, not only MCA, not only BTech. So if you have in our project some BCom guys also there, BCom background. Okay, any graduation is enough for you. Okay, and what are the prerequisites to start learning AWS and DevOps? Okay, so prerequisites, we don't have any prerequisites. Okay, so because Linux commands also, Linux basics also, we are going to learn. So Linux is required, so we are going to learn Linux also. Okay, and what are the job opportunities in today's market? Okay, so if you search in Naukri or Monster or LinkedIn, you will get so many jobs. So I'll show you in internal jobs. I'll show you in our project. See here. So these are the internal positions, okay, internal opportunities. So they are asking DevOps and Python, but it is not mandatory. So if you are good in DevOps, so Python is not required basically, but project teams will ask so many things, okay. So they require so many things, but everyone will not perform all the things, right? See here, Azure plus DevOps. They are asking Python and ADF something. See here, Cloud DevOps Engineer. So almost every week we are getting these opportunities. Every week they are posting these opportunities in internal projects. See here, Azure DevOps, okay, Azure Architect, Azure DevOps, DevOps, Mumbai location. DevOps engineers, okay. So like this, every week we get this postings, internal opportunities. DevOps, Bangalore location. Senior DevOps engineer. So these are on-site opportunities. Okay, London. Okay, Netherlands. So Netherlands, like this. Okay, if you search in LinkedIn or Naukri or Monster, so you will get plenty of openings. Okay, now the job market is, DevOps market is very good. Okay, so we have so many opportunities. Okay. And next one is, should I have to be a certified in AWS and DevOps to be eligible for job position? So DevOps is not mandatory certification. So if you want to write AWS or Azure, that is enough for you for cracking job. Okay. And can I get help in resume preparation and clearing certification exam? Sure, definitely will help you out on this. Okay. Clearing certification, resume preparation will help you. Okay. What is the duration of the course? So it will take 2.5 months minimum. Okay. So our classes would be Monday to Friday only. Okay. So 1 hour session every day. Fine. And if I miss any class due to some emergency, so we'll provide you video. We'll send you video. So we will create one group, WhatsApp group. In that we'll post the video link. You can download and you can go through that video and you can practice. Okay. And the next question is, are we going to build any project from scratch? Yes, we are going to build some projects from scratch. Okay, on cloud servers. Okay, are you going to provide any soft copy of the material? Yes. So some Shan asked this question, right? So I provide soft copy for all the topics. Okay, so how should I work on my practical business requirements? Okay, so we will create some we will create one free tier account in cloud AWS. So in that we'll create some servers. On top of that we'll install configure tools, we'll integrate the tools and we'll practice. Okay, so we don't need to install on your laptop, we will work on cloud only completely. Okay, so what kind of support I get after the training completes? So until you get the job, we'll provide you support. Okay, so we'll prepare you to attend the interview. Okay, so we'll provide complete support. So if you are able to handle interview, it's fine, or else we'll support that also. That is different process. Okay, we'll discuss later. Okay, until you get your job, we'll give you full support. Okay, from this batch onwards, we are targeting everyone should get jobs. Okay, so we have completed 26 batches nearly. So from now onwards, we are targeting everyone should get the job. Whoever taking the training here, we are targeting that everyone should get the jobs opportunities. That we are planning. So end-to-end training, interview preparation, okay, mock tests, Okay, then resume preparation, interview questions. So we'll provide everything. Okay, so if you are able to handle interview, it's fine. Some people, what will happen now? So some people, they can work technically, they can't express. That is some people have some problem. Okay, so by the time we'll give you some solution for that. Okay, how to handle interview. Okay, so we'll give you support that. Fine. So what are the current salary packages in market? This is important. Okay, so normally admins or developers, the salary packages would be 1:1.5, the on an average salary. Like for example, the person is having 5 years experience, he will get 7.5 lakh normal package. Okay, 1:1.5. But if you learn DevOps, it would be 1:2 ratio. Okay, if you have 5 years experience, you will get 10 lakh package. Okay, so my brother learned recently and he applied job, he got opportunity in HCL. He's having 3 years experience, he got 7.5 lakh. Okay, so in our project we are 25 people, everyone having very good packages. So good packages everyone have. So like that, double the packages will get. So if you have 5 years experience, you will get 10 lakh package, 1:2 ratio. Fine. These are the general questions. Do you have any additional questions here? Any other questions you have? Yeah, so can you, yeah, please go ahead.
No, like that CI/CD Jenkins I saw somewhere in the when you're telling us. So CI/CD Jenkins, it's like a part of DevOps, or it is some like with the automation.
Yeah, CI/CD
Yeah.
is part of DevOps only. Okay, so in Jenkins we'll configure CI/CD. That is hot. CI/CD is hot for DevOps. Okay, Shyam?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
So, and one more request, everyone, can you ping your email ID and phone number here? Phone number and WhatsApp phone number and email ID, so that we'll create one group. Okay, we'll share you documents, video links, so our people will contact you. So can you ping your email ID and phone number in the chat? So here I say hi here in the chat. Can you ping here in the chat your email ID and phone number?
Sure.
You can give WhatsApp phone number. Okay, so that will create one WhatsApp group. So others, can you ping? Nitesh ping already, email ID and phone number. Yeah, Vikas ping that, ping phone number and email ID. Others, Ramesh, yes, Anvesh. Can you ping others phone number and email ID? So I got from 4 members only. Yeah, Mohan ping.
Rami, is this session every day 9:30 to 10:30 or
Yeah, it would be 9:30 to 10:30. Is it fine for you? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, community session.
Yeah. సో జస్ట్ మీరు కూడా ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి ఫోన్ నెంబర్ రాయండి ఇక్కడ.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, this is Durga Prasad.
Yeah. చెప్పండి.
టైమింగ్
ahead.
చేంజెస్ అని ఉంటుందా సార్ 9:30 to 10:30 కాకుండా ఒక 1 hour బిఫోర్ కానీ?
మనం 9 ప్లాన్ చేద్దామండి, 9 to 10.
ఓకే సార్, అంటే ఏం లేదు, చిన్న మీటింగ్ ఉంటుంది మాకు కూడా వేరే దాన్ని అందువల్ల సార్.
సో వాట్ టైమ్ యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ మీటింగ్? బై 10 o'clock?
9:30 to 10:30, 9:30 to 10:30 సార్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ టైం. అంటే బిఫోర్ 1 hour అంటే మనకి అది ఇది అయిపోయినట్టు అది ఫ్రీ అయిపోవచ్చు కదండి అంతే.
ఓకే ఓకే, విల్ ప్లాన్ బై 8:30.
అది ఒకటి.
డెఫినెట్గా అండి, మనం ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం 8:30కి.
అదే సార్, ఓకే
8:30 to 9:30.
ఓకే
అంటే మనకి ఒక 2-3 సెషన్స్ అయిన తర్వాత మనం అలా ప్లాన్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే
సరే సార్, పర్వాలేదు.
So others, can you ping your phone number and email ID? Shan ping and Mohan, Anvesh, Ramesh, Vikas, Nitesh. Okay, other 2 members, 2 or 3 members are there. Fine. So tomorrow the same time we'll connect by 9:30. Okay. So after 3 sessions we'll start at 8:30 or 9. We'll plan for that. Okay. So because we have sessions before 9, so we'll try to complete that session by 8:30 and we'll start this session by 8:30. So tomorrow also you can join at 9:30, tomorrow and day after. So after 2 sessions we'll move to 8:30. By 8:30 you can start.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, okay.
fine. So any other questions you have? If you don't have any questions, we can conclude the session here for today. So tomorrow we'll start at 9:30. So tomorrow we'll discuss about cloud introduction. Okay. So after that we'll move to cloud part. Okay. Services one by one we'll discuss.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you all.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.